I'm speaking of beef liver today, but specifically niacin. Niacin is vitamin B3, and niacin functions primarily as an antioxidant in the body. It helps convert the foods that we eat into energy, and it also aids in DNA repair. The body does not store niacin. Therefore, we must obtain it from food or supplements. Adult women need around 14 milligrams of niacin. Women who are pregnant and or breastfeeding need around 18 milligrams. And 18 milligrams is also the amount needed by adult men. Research indicates that consuming foods that are high in niacin may help protect the skin cells from sun damage and premature visible signs of aging, like wrinkles and sunspots. It's also been shown to help play a role in the prevention of certain types of skin cancers. So this is a very vital nutrient, not only for the body and the cells, but specifically the skin cells. So it can be protective for both premature aging and disease, like skin cancer. So that's very impactful information, I feel. Your brain also needs niacin to function properly. Insufficient amounts of vitamin B3, in fact, can lead to cognitive decline, memory loss, premature memory loss, or brain fog, difficulty focusing, and in severe instances, it can actually lead to the symptoms of schizophrenia, which is quite interesting. It's a critical nutrient for mental health and emotional stability. Many commercially refined foods, in fact, processed foods like fortified cereals and milk, are fortified specifically with niacin or vitamin B3. So that speaks to the importance of it in the diet. Because I choose to get mine through food rather than supplementation, I'm mindful to choose foods that are high in vitamin B3 so that I can supply my body and my mind and my whole being with this critical nutrient. Both beef and chicken liver are the best natural sources of niacin. A single 3-ounce serving of beef liver provides 14.9 milligrams of niacin. That same portion size of chicken liver has about 9 milligrams. So you can see quite a discrepancy in the nutrition of beef liver, which is why I'm such a fan of beef liver, not only for niacin, but the abundance of minerals and nutrients contained in the food. So liver, beef liver specifically, which is what I consume, it being such a nutrient-dense food, it's very important as well to not overconsume it. In fact, not overconsuming any organ meat or any one particular food in general is wise, and one should not overdo anything in life, actually. I'm always striving for balance, and I think the most harmonious situation occurs, be it in the body or in nature, anything. We find the most harmony when things are in balance. My point is always that the inclusion of this food, this specific food, has, for me at least, made all the difference. In other words, including it versus not including it at all is what has been the game changer for me in the past 5 or 6 years of implementing beef liver into my diet. And I have 1 3-ounce serving per week. So very modest, appropriate amount for my body, and that yields the best results for me in my physical body and my mental and emotional body. I find amazing results from that. So yes, among all the niacin-rich foods, my go-to is grass-fed beef liver, and it provides not only vitamin B3, but all the B vitamins, vitamin D. It's obviously rich in iron and protein, amino acids, zinc, and trace minerals. And rather than just baking it simply in the oven, I've been doing a technique that results in a sort of beef liver jerky, sweet and salty treat that I really enjoy eating that way. It becomes more palatable. I don't mind beef liver prepared in any way. I have acquired a taste for it, in fact, where I crave it, especially at certain times of the month. I crave it. I see that as a good thing, that my body is craving that iron and B vitamins for energy, and then when I supply it, I feel that immediate boost. So being very in tune with the body, it's a great feeling on many levels. I'd like to share the method that I use lately to prepare the beef liver. and it's a sort of jerky, like I said. So it's very palatable, and who knows, it might become your favorite way to enjoy this wonderful food. Many of you have asked, by the way, where I get my beef liver. So I'm very fortunate, as it turns out, to have access to a local farm through my grocery store that's local to me. They source grass-fed beef liver and organ meats and meat. If you can't find grass-fed beef or grass-fed beef liver, conventional is absolutely okay. I'm not one to be stringent. In fact, it's not going to stop me, in other words, from eating beneficial foods. So I'll just put it that way. You will still get the benefit from foods that aren't organic or aren't grass-fed. I don't find it absolutely necessary to eat grass-fed. I want it in my body no matter what. So I'm going to show you what I do. When I bring it home from the store, I keep them in the freezer. And when I know I'm going to cook them that day, in the morning, I'll take them and transfer them from the freezer to the refrigerator in anticipation of cooking them. So they are in a semi-frozen state, and that's what I want for this particular preparation. So just suiting up here. If you've never eaten beef liver or organ meats, it is an acquired taste, but knowing all the benefits to it, it incentivizes me that much more to consume it. I tend to be that way. If you tell me something is good for me, I will do it usually, or at least give it a try. So here I have the liver, and I have a clean bowl. Once again, this is in a semi-frozen state. The butcher slices them very thinly anyway. So I stack them and I just cut. So the texture, I can tell you, it's perfect in this semi-frozen state. Very easy to work with, less mess, and it's perfect for what I want to do with it, which is exactly what I'm going to show you. That's it, into the bowl. So I have my oven preheating at 375 right now, and I'm going to start it at that temperature. And of course, oven times and temperatures vary, so you'll have to test this out for yourself, but these are just general. This is what I'm doing. This is what I do. So I have it preheating at 375, and I'm going to show you how I season the liver. And I just have a parchment lined baking sheet here ready. But as for the seasoning goes, I salt it, pepper, this is onion powder, and then the secret ingredient is, I don't feel my best when I eat sugar, so I don't make that a daily, sugar is not in my daily diet. So as a substitute, what I like to use is, I've been using this for many years, the liquid stevia. So it adds a sweet flavor. So I put several drops of this. Tastes really good. It's a sweet and salty, oniony taste with that pepper. I even told my mom about this, that she needs to start doing it this way because it tastes really good. It doesn't hurt when the food tastes especially good, right? That's always nice. So pleasure on the taste buds, especially foods like this that might not be as palatable. You might want to try this if you are beef liver shy. This might be a good way to excite your taste buds as far as beef liver goes. It really is delicious. And when it's done, I store it in a freezer bag in my freezer. And because the liver is sliced so thinly as such, it doesn't freeze all the way solid. And that means that whenever I want to, when I'm ready to serve myself, I can just take out a few pieces accordingly, and I eat that as sort of an appetizer, and it's really good. So now I'm going to put them in the oven at 375 for about 25 minutes. It's been about 25 minutes in the oven at 375, and I've taken it out because I'm going to flip the pieces. I'm going to put this back in the oven now, still at 375. Once the additional 12 minutes at 375 is done, I will lower the oven temperature to 175 degrees Fahrenheit and keep baking it for about an hour and a half. So 90 minutes or so seems to be the sweet spot. It's chewy but not too dried out, and the flavor is really good at that point. So I will show you the finished product when everything is complete. So the beef liver is all done, the jerky is all done, and it's still a bit warm. So I'm going to let it cool down completely. This is my existing batch, and I just keep it like this, stored in the freezer. And it will last a couple months this way, but because I consume it regularly, it never lasts because I'm consuming it, and I make sure to get it in my body. So this is one food that I never run out of, and I keep it stocked, ready to be eaten so that I can have my supplement, if you will. And that's how I treat this food, as a natural food supplement. And you can, of course, supplement with vitamin B or anything really, but I like to obtain most of my nutrients from food because I believe that the body absorbs it better that way, and I can benefit more that way. But I do take a vitamin D supplement, but I'm certainly not anti-supplement in the diet. I think the most important thing is finding what works for you. And if that includes supplementation, then do that, certainly. Each of us needs to find the right way and the sustainable way to be our best selves. And it's going to be different for everyone. So I hope this has been helpful. And if you try this method out, let me know in the comments down below how it works out for you. You can also share your favorite preparation method for beef liver if you have one, because that will be useful and informative for all of us. And I would love that. So please feel free to share in the comments down below. And thank you for watching. Eat to your health and wealth.